I really enjoyed this one
But
too. I was trying to like not bop because my chair squeaks, and then it will turn this into a little John
it rubs
song.
mine too.
What's up, all my dogs? I gotta call you guys that because it works perfectly today. We're checking out for the first time, or Mom is checking out for the first time, the dog himself, DMX, R.I.P. Of course, he passed away a year or two ago now. But do you know anything about DMX? You ever heard of it? You've heard of him at least, I imagine.
I've heard it, but I thought it was a group.
Okay, so well, DMX is just one guy,
Okay.
and there is one song of his, or there might be a couple that you might know, but the only one I can think of off the top of my head that you might know, only because you know the movie Deadpool. Did you ever watch that?
Oh yeah, I'm in a million
That song,
times.
X Gon' Give It To You.
Oh my god, yeah, I
That's
love that one.
that's DMX.
Okay, gotcha.
So that is on our list at some point. We will
Okay,
check
good.
that out. But it's not that song today. This is a sample of the last two that uses the. Jeez, I can't even say that. So the last song that we did sampled the same song that this one does, which is In the Air Tonight by Phil Collins. And we're going to see if Ma likes this one any better. She really enjoyed the Tupac one, but this one is I Can Feel It, so the title is obviously that sounds just like the Phil Collins one. This one is from 1998, so actually a year after, or the following year after the Tupac one was originally released, even though that didn't become popular until the 2000s.
Yeah.
But this is from his debut album called It's Dark and Hell is Hot. And DMX has the crazy distinction, hopefully I have this stat right, but he is the only or the first artist in music history covering all genres to have his first 6 albums all go to #1.
Wow.
Like nobody else ever did that. Not Michael Jackson, not the Beatles, not anybody.
Wow.
DMX of all people. And this is the one that started it all. Of course, 1998 was the year he released 2 #1 albums in the same year, which is crazy. His second one came out, I believe, like 6 months after this. But this album was enormous for him. Included hits like Rough Riders Anthem, which we'll get into. You might know that one too. And a couple other ones as well. But today's song, it's DMX, I Can Feel It. I think this has a feature on it, but it's a singer that I don't believe got like, he might not have got credit on the album. But let's check this one out again from 1998.
That's way closer to the exact.
Yeah. We'll wait till the chorus. The chorus is big.
Sometimes you just know. You just know, that's all. I can feel it coming in the air tonight. Oh no. I've been waiting for this moment for all my life.
Kind of a little more laid back. A little bit.
The best of y'all niggas remind me of myself when I was younger. When it was hunger that stopped the nigga from going under. And you wonder why I pat you on your head and smile. Look in your eyes and thank the Lord for my child. Meanwhile, something I gotta show you and I hope you can take it. Gotta leave you in the desert and I hope that you make it. Gotta put you on your ass to see what it does to you. When you stand up, you see that I'm just showing love to you. Other niggas will put a slug through you over your enemies. Cats I fuck with it real, but hey, those are your friends. It's just what you got coming. Sometimes you don't know what you asking for. Yet you ask for more. Shut the casket door. It's when here, it is done. They thought you was a killer. You swore you'd never run. Nigga died with his gun. Still up in the holster. It's coming in the air. Yeah, it's getting closer. I can feel it coming in the air tonight.
There's definitely more elements of the sample in this one for
Oh
sure.
yeah.
I've been waiting
This is
for
gonna
this
make a remake.
moment for all my life. I see.
All right, so we were just talking about there's definitely more elements of the Phil Collins song in this one as opposed to the Tupac one. And I think this one is, I guess the word I would use is like this one's a little smoother, like a little more laid back, I guess. I don't know, those might not be the correct terms. Does that make any sense at all?
It does. Yeah.
So what do you think about this one so far compared to the Tupac one?
Well, this one I feel like is more like a remake of the Phil Collins song.
Yeah, just because there's so many
So
more
much
elements
more
of the
into it.
same. Yeah, the
And
chorus
that's why
is
it's
basically the
slower,
same.
Like the Phil Collins song was laid back.
Right. The Tupac one, it was basically just the synthesizers. This one, again, has a lot more elements, including the chorus. Is this kind of what you thought you might hear from DMX? Is this a little more tame?
This is not what I thought I would hear from him.
Okay. There's definitely much harder DMX songs, but again, I switched it up. I wanted to kind of start you off a little slow with him, but he's definitely one of like the greatest lyricists of all time. He's definitely much more of like a street rapper. He pretty much got his starts in the game. He was known as like one of the best freestylers out there.
Okay.
There was always a lot of like friendly competition, especially between like him and Jay-Z. And then they like would end up on the same record label later down the road. But yeah, DMX is definitely a street cat, even though he refers to himself as the dog. So you might hear some like barking and stuff. That's just kind of like his gimmick.
Okay.
But he was always referred to as the dog. So he's like, those are my dogs and that kind of thing. There was just his gimmick, basically.
Yeah.
Life through many shades of grays and blacks. I can take that and hit 'em with the blazing tracks. When I make that, you fake cats have violent dreams. Takes another dog to be able to hear my silent screams. The devil got a hold on me and he won't let go. I can feel the Lord pulling, but he moving dead slow. Let him know that amidst all this confusion, some of us may do the winning, but we all do the losing. It's just who does the choosing. Need you going up and down. What have you been proving? Just that you a fucking clown. Been seen through the bullshit, but never spoke on it. 'Cause I know that deep down you really don't want it. I would trade it the chance of being a child with a father. For a talent, being able to survive when it's harder. My balance on the high beams of life keep my dreams in strife. That's why I hit these motherfucking streets at night. Come on. I can feel it coming in the air tonight. Hold on. I've been waiting for this moment for all my life. Hold on. There's a lot of shit that I let slide, 'cause it's out of my hands. A lot of niggas I let ride, but it's not in my plans. And a lot of my mans is not seeing through the fog. Families by the truckloads fleeing to the morgue. Full moon, ow, the howling, the growling, prowling. Don't know love, can't show love. That means you gon' need more love than an old thug. But hold up, roll up. Talking out the side of your mouth is what's gon' let niggas know why you died in your house. And when they lied to your spouse, told her it was suicide. But you and I both know the truth will never die. Listen, nigga, if you scared, get a dog. But be prepared for the ball. 'Cause you dead up in the fog, and that's your head by the log. I can smell it in the air. I can tell when it's there. This is hell, and we both here. Can you feel it, Tony? Yeah. I can feel it coming in the air tonight.
I feel like the bass is like the same as the Phil Collins, too.
Yeah.
Been waiting for this
Most of
moment
it is very close.
for all my life. Hold on, hold on.
The funny thing is he actually sounds like a dog when he does it. All right, and that is the end of that one. So for your first DMX experience, was it as bad as you thought it might be?
No.
You're always worried that they're going to be like raunchy, and I'm always worried that they're just going to be talking about so much street shit that you're not going to be into it.
No, the street shit doesn't bother me. It's the raunch that I don't like.
Yeah, the funny thing is that means like there's a lot of people that like LL Cool J has some songs that we would have to avoid. Definitely, probably Little Kim. Like, I don't think we'll be listening to "Doing It" by LL Cool J anytime soon.
What? I guess I have to watch it. Actually, though, Smack That is one of my
Honestly, yeah,
favorite songs.
Smack That is like pretty raunchy.
I know,
So
but I love that song.
not as bad for DMX. He does have like one that I can kind of think of that we may listen to that's a little bit raunchy, but we're all adults here, so
That's
I think
a
we
good
can
dance song.
get over it. Well, that one, the DMX one, is actually a pretty good dance song too. But so this one compared to Tupac, which one did you like better?
Oh boy, that's like apples and oranges, really.
It is, because they're very different,
They're very different.
but they're very the same. They're
Yeah.
so different, but they're so goddamn the same.
That's a hard one.
You can push.
I kind of like them both.
Push. So it's a push then. You know what push is. Push is, they're even. We just
Even.
break even. It's a tie.
All right, it's an even.
All right, it's a tie.
push.
So it's a push
It's a push.
on DMX and Tupac. If I had to guess, my prediction, I didn't say it out loud, I would have thought that you would have went Tupac just because we've heard
I like the two
more of him.
I just don't like those
The Outlaws.
The Outlaws with him.
Right, yeah.
And then this one, I'm an 80s chick, so this one is more like the Phil Collins song, so obviously I'm going to like that too.
Right. Plus, you're like, I am not religious at all. Any bit of religion is more than me. So you're more religious than me, and he does a lot of kind of like religious references and stuff too.
I'm not big on the religious stuff either, even though I work for the Catholic diocese.
Right.
I'm not really.
Keep it on the hush.
Keep it on the DL, but yeah, I'm not super religious.
I really enjoyed this one
But-
too. I was trying to like not bop because my chair squeaks, and then we'll turn this into a little John
It
song.
rubs mine too.
But that's all we've got this time around.
Wait,
Mom's.
what?
There's a Little John song where it samples his chair squeaking.
That's funny.
It's really funny. We'll have to
Okay,
check that
we'll
one
have to
out
check
at
that
some
one out.
point.
Yeah.
That's definitely on the raunchier side. But as for this one, we are finished here. Mom's first foray into DMX was not too bad. We'll see how it goes when we get into some more DMX later on. But for our next one, we're going to get back into some more party songs. So, and somebody that we haven't heard for a while here on the channel. I think it's someone we've only ever heard once. So we'll be checking that one out. Before we get there, make sure you like and subscribe if you haven't subbed to the channel yet. We're slowly growing, so make sure you jump on the train before we get there. We're making our way towards 1,000 subs. Hopefully we'll get there at some point, maybe early next year. We'll see what happens. But until next time, enjoy the rest of your night. Once again, I'm Eric, and this is Mom. We'll see you on the next one.